Hello everyone, this is LW Gaming and welcome back for another video of Languisher. Today we're going to be taking a look at two Apex replays this time around. And also before we start, there's something I wanted to let you guys know about my Apex box because I am changing my strategy from tank push to rush. So this is technically AoE rush, but it's a still work in progress because there's some units I need to replace. Z2 is just here as a placeholder. Or maybe I might end up keeping her, but I don't know. Because I hardly use Zerda nowadays, but I mean Zerda can be dangerous at times, but there are actually some units in here that is hard to replace. Like I'm still like Jace. Serena definitely has to stay. Ymir still has a place, so I'm just gonna keep him here. Z2 can be dangerous, but overall I think I'll have to replace someone for SP Luna. And yes, I am building SP Luna as we speak here. But let me take a look at here. If I can find Luna, should be somewhere down here. Oh yeah, there you are. Anyways, I'm gonna sync this so that way it is matching with my current preferred one. And then as for this team, I think I'll drop Lena for you. There we go. That's why I usually would do things if I want to like ensure I can find them easily, because you know if they're not selected at all, it'll be difficult for me to find them. So yeah, anyways, I have two replays and they're both using the new box that I've showed here. So let's get into those replays, and I'll speak after those replays are done. So, and hope you all enjoy. 祈りの声を聞きなさい。闇を払います。セイラム王国の血筋は私が守る。セイラム王国の血筋は私が守る。偽りに満ちた世界で苦しみだけが真実よ。さっさと消えろ。不敬な。さっさと消えろ。不敬な。秩序をかき消せ。祈りの声を聞きなさい。闇を払います。俺に力を貸してくれ。
芦屋への怒りを受けよ。芦屋への怒りを受けよ。
ごめんなさい、守れなかった。
愚かな。さっさと消えろ、不敬な。さっさと消えろ、不敬な。
混沌と一つに。
いいよ、倒すというのか。
秩序をかき消せ。ちょっと遊びすぎたかしら。
無礼者、騎士の忠誠を軽んじるな。セイラム王国の血筋は私が守る。無礼者、騎士の忠誠を軽んじるな。
言うだけ無駄だ。これを食らえ。
闇を払います。混沌と一つに。
俺に力を貸してくれ。
おどきなさい。
偽りに満ちた世界で苦しみだけが真実よ。
撤退しますわ。
お前のもがく姿が 優等に映る最高の景色よ。
ターゲットは悪党。絶対に容赦しないわ。
ほら見て、これはどうだ。
避けないでくださいね。私だってやればできます。闇を払います。
定めの時が来ました。定めの時が来ました。
セブリークのために。
言うだけ無駄だ。これを食らえ。
これはどうだ。
定められた終末。
私完璧ですわ。ゼルダは刃を手に踊り運命をたどる。お前の肉体も意志もゼルダが断ち切る。私だってやればできます。お前の肉体も意志もゼルダが断ち切る。
俺はここで死ぬわけにはいかないんだ。
弱点を見つけた。
いったたった張り切りすぎたかな。ひとまず撤退しよう。
霊力が失われていく。闇を払います。闇を払います。霊力が失われていく。セブリークのために。
お前のもがく姿が優等に映る最高の景色。
仮面に泥を塗るわけには。私完璧ですわ。私だってやればできます。ただちょっと失敗しただけ。避けないでくださいね。私を侮らないでほしいですわ。闇を払います。
お前のもがく姿が優等に映る最高の景色よ。
Okay, I am back, and now let's talk about what has happened in these replays. So the first one is against Azure Space Wolf. Some of you guys might remember this player because I fought with this guy before in the previous sessions, I believe, like previous seasons or sessions. Don't know whichever it is, but anyways, this time we did meet again in the queue of like Apex Arena, and this is Go 3 gameplay, of course. and then I am P1, and usually he went for my Dragon Slayer, which is perfectly normal because a lot of people are so scared of this bulk guy, which I couldn't blame him because he is strong. But with Gaze Succubus added to the fray, he's kind of like a balanced unit now rather than like a power creep. But anyways, there are actually a lot of units in the game that can now kill him, of course. But there'll be even more coming along the way, which is typical typical Zlong and also other developers that like whenever they create a problem, they always create one to fix their problems. So yep, that's what I meant. So anyways, Dragon Slayer first ban, and I went for the same ban to ensure that no Dragon Slayer will be played here. And I first picked Enya, and then he banned my support units like Serena and Celica to ensure I don't get Enya first turn, which is fair. And then went for Bright Summoner as the first pick, and then I used this opportunity to ban the other units like Serena and Zion. And then I go for my own Bright Summoner, the Mage version this time around. And then initially I thought he was gonna ban Gaze in this kind of ban, but he decided to ban my DPS units instead of banning my Gaze. So he banned my Jace and Ilya instead, and then go for Bernhardt, SP Bernhardt. And I used this opportunity to get rid of his flyers like Luna and Eshin. And then I go for my Gaze since it's his fault for not banning her. And then Ymir and Rhea got banned, but that's fine. I don't think I'll be using her anyways. Seraphina gets picked here. And I banned his Enya and Tabris because I gave him every chance of picking Enya, but he chose not to, so I was like, you know what, I'll just try to ban her. So I don't want to deal with her on the enemy team. And then I go ahead and get Randall to give myself some healing support since I don't have much healing support at this time. And then he banned my remaining DPS such as Eshing and Z2. That's fine. And then Betty gets placed here. Initially when I was doing pick and bans, I thought this guy was Rice Crew, but it turns out it is Space Wolf instead. I mean, I think there's more than one person using Betty, as far as I'm aware. And I went for remaining bans. I banned Hoffman and Elvis because I don't want this two to cause problems. And then I go for my Landius to ensure I have someone to protect my team. Usually I would say like I'm a rush player, I don't have to care about tanks or not, but since this setting, in this kind of setting, I might as well be safe than than sorry, you know. And then Tiana gets final picked. So let's get this. But first, let me show you the stats here before we begin. I mean, I already showed you through the replay, so I'm just gonna go quick brief here. So the plan here is I have Gaze here to snipe the opponents. Although it doesn't potentially one shot, sadly, because nobody is a holy here, or any other class in general. So yeah, one-shotting priority here is actually pretty low. And my game plan is like try to get Gaze do some stuff here with the sniping, as well as Bright Summoner doing some AoE support, as well as like be on the front lines to attack. And then Randall will just be for support on both offense and defense. And then for Enya, she's just gonna wait back here to copy. Anyways, at that range, I knew that I won't be able to reach, so I decided to hold back for a bit. And this guy did put a hit on my Bright Summoner. But usually I'll be worried, but I'm not. I'm not worried because they're not gonna reach on this turn. They're not that crazy. And also have to be aware of the Betty's presence, because the more I AoE, the more she'll hurt. The more I'll get hurt by her by a lot, of course. And in this match, it looks like Bernhardt is the primary tank. And I use Randall to heal my allies. And I use the remaining 4 to chain the enemies.
俺に力を
And I
貸して
move
くれ
Lennius forward to guard my unit. And at this point we're just chilling. Betty, I don't think Betty moved on this turn. No, she stays still. And I use Enya to copy my Bright Summer right away. And also at this point I don't really care if Betty used fixed damage to retaliate. Retaliate, I mean. Because at this point I'm just killing whoever is within my range. Which my first target is Bright Summoner. And then Bernhardt is just gonna move forward into attack range. I can see what this guy's doing, but unfortunately his efforts went down in vain. Because I literally just one-shot his Bernhardt with Randall. And I used my Randall stacks to heal everybody. Unfortunately, 2 of them are heal blocked, and I was worried that Bright Summer may die here, but thanks to a miracle, she survived. And I used the last of my unicorn to kill Seraphina. And down goes that unicorn.
騎士の忠誠を軽んじるな無礼者騎士の忠誠を軽んじるなセイラム王国の血筋は私が守る
That dagger just killed Enya. Which is unfortunate, but it's fine.
言うだけ無駄だこれを食らえ
Okay, Betty stands, so I used the opportunity to kill that unicorn before it causes chaos. At this point, this person is not bothered to like move forward for this turn. So I use this opportunity to recover as much as possible. And also chaining the enemies at the same time. And that chain actually did some impact on Tiana by silencing her. And then Betty comes in to attack with her 3C. And I usually don't switch like that, but I mean she's in range, so I might as well use it. And use my Landius to kill Betty. And just like that, Space Wolf had no choice but to run away. So yep, that is the win for me. So now let's load the next replay and see what's going on there. Alright, we're loading into the next replay, and first band Dragon Slayer once again. Typical Dragon Slayer bands, and then yeah, the first band I went for that as well. And I first picked Gaze just to give him a bit of a scare, and which results in me not able to pick Enya, which is fine. I don't really need Enya, and my opponent picked Enya as I think as a fear or something, but fear factor. And I went ahead and get another second LR, which is Bright Summoner. Ilya and Randall banned. The Glass Mages are banned. The Glasses Mage. Okay, Rosen and AO banned. I'm just wondering, like, why is this AO demon? I get the stats are higher, but she's not good as a demon. That's what I'm saying. But however, if you have Gaze, then you can kind of get away with that. But this box doesn't have Gaze, so this is kind of weird. And then Z2, I choose to pick her this time. Rhea got banned again, so yeah, the replays I'm showing here doesn't really feature Rhea, sadly. Sorry, Rhea fans. Because some people just really can't handle Rhea. And also the last pick, it is questionable. I could have picked someone like Ymir instead of Eshin, but I need the extra act again, so that's why I chose Eshin over Ymir. And besides, I already have a guard disabler. Not guard disabler, revive disabler, which is Z2. And my game plan here is to just do the same thing as like last game, but do a little differently. Like first I turned Enya into a demon and then transferred a class to my Jace. Like a holy class to Jace, so that way he can do enough damage and also cause his gaze to act again. By whoever on either side meet the class advantage. For instance, Enya's a demon, so whenever Jace did the AoE here, it's gonna cause gaze to act again, as you can see there. And initially this person thought he can hit me with a single target, but nope, the vortex is gonna suck her back down. And she's forced to use AoE, which usually won't kill. Unless your build is bad, but fortunately for my Jace, he survived. And I just moved my unicorn forward to... I mean, initially I miscalculated the distance, so I had to move unicorn right there for evasive action. And I moved my etching forward onto the fort, so that way she'll have some kind of defense there. And then I act against Jace, so that way I can try to get Enya out of the picture. And just like that, my opponent would not be able to copy at all because I took Enya out. And I put these who jumped in here. And I'm just gonna AoE on the tree. So that way Alia will not perform act again after healing. And just like that, I was able to get that as planned, and then disable that revive on Landius and take him out. Yep, and try to take out Jace, which she was able to, but won't matter because your team is doomed. And then I use my unicorn to take out Alia, and then combine with Bright Summoner. Unfortunately, that tile cannot be overridden because the Zero Balls are high priority terrain, so to speak. And at this point, I'm not in a hurry of rushing right now, so that's why I'm just trying to heal up my units as much as possible. Okay, that attack actually took out my Z2, which is fine because she's not gonna die in one hit. And I use Z2's action to get that Zero Ball consumed. At this point, I'm just AoEing the team like there's no tomorrow. And just like that, that is the end of that replay. So yep, anyways, hope you'll enjoy your days ahead of you, and let me know in the comments if you have pushed anywhere in Apex, because personally I think changing it from tank push to rush is the best decision that I've made. Well, of course, with some help, of course. And also, both of these matches I played here, they're purely my own skill, without anyone backseating me, of course. Well, most of the time. So yep, that's it from me. So hope you'll have a good day ahead of you, and see you all next time. And I'm out.